And then so you you commit. You're coming in as a freshman, big time prospect, top player in the country,
Number one player in America.
top player in the country to a struggling team. Um, I guess I have a twofold question. What was your expectations coming in as a freshman, and what was your reception like when you got down there?
To answer the first question, there was no the only expectations I had. I was bred by my high school coach and my team that we were winners. We always won. So that was within me. I never even doubted that what we were going to do, how we were going to do it. I never said we're going to win the championship. I just go in and once I get to playing and working out with my teammates, we know it wasn't even something that I'm saying I put any goals that we're going to win the championship. It wasn't all about that. It was about getting there, getting comfortable with them, getting to know the guys, Kenny Denard, Mike Jaminski, Jim Spanarkel, Steve Gray, John Harold, who transferred from NCC Central, Jim Sudduth, Bruce Bell, Rob Hardy, Scott Getz. It was just the names of guys. And once I knew I got comfortable with my teammates, and we had so much fun playing together. And my high school says, you brought that winning to them. And one of the things that my dad would say to me, everybody kept saying, you need to go down there and shoot all the time, but that's not my game. I can do that, but my game was to be a complete player, passing, facilitating, playing every part of the game. Because the only time I get mad, ready to score, unless I got an elbow in the mouth or somebody was talking, then I'll go out there and I'll start scoring.
Yeah.
But other than that, as long as the basic thing was, as long as we won the game, that was all that mattered to me.
Yeah. So, we mentioned Duke had been struggling for a few years before you got down there, and then
they sucked.
Fresh, yeah. And then, yeah, I was trying to put it lightly.
You're being nice because we're Dukies. We are in the brotherhood, and it's all true. But the truth is going to come out that they sucked.
Yeah. So you get down there, and freshman year, you guys go to the national title game, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, what was that like in Durham? It had to be a bit of a shock to go from
change everything.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember
national title game.
You got to remember Duke community, which is especially the majority of the Black community, did not really, look at Duke like that. It was like Duke was that big school, white school. So nobody really they cheer for Carolina in state before they cheer for Duke.
Yeah,
even people in Durham. I think when I came there, I changed the perception. I always spent time in the community, and Kenny calls me. It was like the Muhammad Ali. I love the tension. I love getting that, but I always enjoyed being on the east side, being with people, and got them to like it. And then when you're winning, that helps a lot.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
It really embraced the community, opened up the community. Duke was even lax on letting more of the community of Durham come on campus and be involved. And that's if there's one thing I've ever done good, if you could say that, was open that up to show that everybody's just as good as everybody else, and we got that backing because we were like those young kids that were having a good time.
Yeah. What were your nerves like as a freshman going into the national title game? I remember, I was in the same situation as a freshman, and I was just like, oh boy.
Everybody gets nervous.
Yeah.
I don't care, no matter who it is. You have your own type of nervousness. You have your own way of it. Everybody gets nervous. Yes, I was nervous. When we got to the Final Four, we were tearing Notre Dame up, and they made a run back. So we get to the championship game. We're the young kids. We didn't care who scored. We didn't care who did what. We just balled, man. It was so much fun. We were blowing bubble gums. We didn't care about anything. But we played hard, and we played good, and we played together. There was some nervousness, but once you get that elbow in your face or somebody's talking that smack, you get up and down that court one or two times. That changed real quick.
Yeah. And then, so as a senior, your class experienced the last coaching change that Duke has had. What do you remember about the coaching change and then about Coach coming in that first year?
The thing I remember was when finally Bill Foster finally came and talked to me. And I guess I took it like a man. I was like, oh, Coach, you got to do what you got to do. He and Butters have always had clashes all the time. And then this happened, and it happened at a time where, it caught us off guard somewhat.
Yeah.
But when it was found out, and then we also won the ACC championship that year before he left. It was interesting. I try to act like I was, a grown person. The coach is what you got to do. My dad and family members were very, very pissed off at him for leaving, because I could have left my junior or sophomore year going pro, and I didn't. I stayed. He left. We didn't have any recruits come in. We had one recruit come in, Doug McNeely, and Doug. When they were going after the coaching staff, they never talked to Kenny and I at all. They never confided in us. We knew nothing. Kenny went down to the Keys, laid out in the middle of the ocean with sharks around him and drinking pina coladas. I went to Philly. We took an extra week off, he and I. That wasn't planned. We just left because no one was telling us what was happening. When I found out that Coach got the job, Coach K, I was in my living room, my kitchen with my mom. She was cooking with my brothers and us around him. And he says, Duke University has a new coach, and I can't pronounce the name, John. And John says, well, I can't pronounce it either. He says, well, we're just going to call him K. So, Duke has a new coach. And that's how I found out that Coach K became our coach. I was in Philadelphia in my mom's kitchen. And then I think hours later, he called me up. And he wanted me to come back. He called Kenny because we took an extra week, extra week off, so than being back in school. That's another story. But he asked us to come back, and we came back. He met both of us, and we walked into the office. And the funniest thing about that was he was talking to us. He was young looking, he was young, but it didn't matter. And he was saying, we have to be men, and there's a line you don't cross, and we got to do that. He said, but you two guys have not just crossed the line, you have pissed, shitted, and did all kinds of stuff. He broke the ice, and we busted out laughing, So he broke the ice on that, and he said, but we got to, I have a plan, I have goals. We all have to place goals, and this is what we need to do, and we're going to be men. And when he said that, we was all in.